Good afternoon, boys and girls of all ages, men and women I should say, of all ages. Okay, this video is primarily for veterans because I'm concerned on how often people retire from the military and then the next thing you know they got big tummies and they've got aches and pains and they cannot do most of the exercises or the workouts that they did when they were in service. So if this video resonates with you, I suggest that you get up and exercise, because exercise helps the brain, okay? Things that move usually have brains. Things that don't move don't have brains that we know of, all right? And so if you're moving, wanting to be the best possibly person you can be and improve yourself so that you don't become an invalid, that you don't become dependent upon others to feed you and take care of you as you get older, let's strive to get it together and work out. Maybe not as hard as you did when you were in the service, but at least a little bit each day. Now, I was telling you before we go further, let me mention Dr. Daniel Hoover and Veronica Hoover's YouTube videos, and they cover 24 Tai Chi with the applications. So check that out. And I was talking to you earlier in the earlier video about sit-ups, which I like to do. But it's been brought to my attention one thing, sometimes people do sit-ups with their legs straight. And in doing so, they have a tendency to overwork their muscles in the front, iliopsoas muscles here. Anyway, and end up injuring their back of the body. Insoles here. They're hip flexors muscles. So you don't want to work your hip flexors because you're doing that enough when you're sitting, when you're walking about normally. So I suggest that when you want to do your sit-ups, that you keep your knees bent. All right? This is my makeshift sit-up board. And so, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Make them smooth. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I'm making this video short because the sun is going down and there are just a few more other exercises that I want you to try. Now, if you can't do 10 sit-ups, start with 2, then add 4, then 5, and then come on up to doing 130 like I'm presently doing. Another thing that you can do is a short exercise, but don't do it in bed, all right? You can lay down, and again, with your knees bent, and your back against the hard surface, again, like this is the bed, you press your back to the ground, and then you press your abdominal muscles down into your back, and you hold it for a few seconds, and then you release. And you try repeatedly to do this motion, 3 or 4 times, all the way down. Keep pressing down, abdominal muscles, rectus abdominis, okay? And then, finally, there's cross punches. And so with the cross punch, you're going to come up and you bring your knee and shows opposites. And this is good for children because children tend to go to the same leg and not to the opposite leg. These are exercises that you can do, and you don't have to be 20 years old. I'm 72, so I'm striving to remain flexible. And I recognize that I'm not 20 anymore, but I do know that if you stop exercising, it's much, much harder to begin again. And you end up looking at videos of 20-year-olds telling you to jump about and do exercises that 20-year-olds are doing, not necessarily to lose fat, but for toning. And while toning is good, so often nowadays with people having tummies they want to get rid of, you don't want to do anything that will hurt you. You want to do exercises that will definitely help your rectus femoris and your other abdominal muscles, your obliques on the side. They're on the side here. And so I suggest that you check on the internet, find out where these muscles are, your rectus abdominis, your hip flexors, and realize that you don't want to do exercises that are going to over-exercise any muscle too much. Right? That's why, strongly recommend the Tai Chi, 24 Tai Chi. Now, if you're still active, and you can perhaps wear your uniform that you used to wear once upon a time, well, maybe you can put on your video, then start up, put on the uniform, then start up this video again, and let's do some jumping jacks. All right? Some quick jumping jacks. Got mine lined together. Let's see here. Here, and it's the buttons. That gig line, I think that's what it's called, gig line. Okay, as we said. All right. It's a very windy day, so I'm not sure if this video is going to go. But let's do at least 10 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said I wanted to make the video short. Think of some of the things that you did in basic training. Can you do any of them? If not, you need to sit down and think about what you can do. What you can do is improving your health and making sure that you end up not being bent over. You need to think about what you can do. If it's just marching in place sometimes, okay? Or taking that walk, all right? It's important to walk. It's important to exercise. And especially now, because the exercise will help you with your mind, help you with your body and staying strong and healthy, help you with your cholesterol and your sugar, keeping your blood work all together and keeping you toned. Now, well, I said this was mainly for veterans and folks that are in the military. I wanted to do a shout out to my son Russell, and he tells me one day he's planning to do some YouTube on nutrition, and so I hope he's maintaining and staying together. I'm going to do a shout out to my cousin Keith. Hope you're doing well. Jan Michael, hope you're doing well. And all the veterans within my own family, and all the healthcare providers that are helping us ever so much. And shout out to Soma, to Dr. Jonathan Lynn, as well as to Dr. Hoover, and to Jewel and the Health Foundation. So if you're not feeling well, if you're not keeping yourself organized and in good health, then you need to find someone who can help you get there, help you can improve yourself, like Soma School of Healing Martial Arts in Long Beach, or another alternative healthcare. If you don't have a healthcare plan or insurance, get one, if at all possible. All right? Check on the internet, check around with social services, and find out what you can do to help you improve you. And finally, oh, I mustn't forget Ralph, Vernon, and Palmer Mitchell. I hope you and your wives are doing well, and that you, Lerner and Yvonne, that you also are trying to improve yourself and keep yourself toned. Because as former Marines, as former Marines, you know, your fellow soldiers wouldn't want to see you in any less condition. They wouldn't want you to see them in any less condition. So just in case that there's a big reunion sometime, you'll be able to go, because you'll be looking just as spiffy as ever. And of course, I must mention my husband, Odie Hawkins, Teacher Odie, yes indeed, also another veteran. So, and Steve Johnson. So again, before I forget everybody, oh, and of course, Master Tom. Thank you. Thank you all for your service. Thank you all for striving to stay healthy. Thank the VA for doing their part and stepping up to the plate, and other healthcare providers stepping up to the plate to help the soldiers after difficult years in the service and in retirement. So, wishing you well. I'm going to go marching off now, and I'll pick up my gear in a minute. Exercise every day, 30 minutes. 30 minutes every day, you can do it, right? I know you can. I believe in you. You need to believe in yourself to improve yourself, right? So, I'm at 72. Teacher Odie's at 83. And we exercise every morning. So you got to get up and do it too, right? Because I want you to stay well. I want you to be healthy. Tasha, while you're not a veteran of the services, you're a veteran in recovery. And I hope and pray that you're getting better each and every day too. But with that, over hill, over dale, as I hit the dusty trail.